Airstream song, cruising to the campsite singing our song. Airstream song, we are the Airstream nerds.
This is Jeff from Airstream Nerds. And today I'm going to turn all of this into a stand for my solar panel for my truck. Now I bought the battery minder solar panel, so when I park my truck over here, I don't have to worry about the battery dying. I don't drive the truck very much. Basically, I'm only driving it now weekly, so it keeps the battery charged. But with this little stand and the battery minder that I bought, that I'll show you here in a second, I should be able to set it right there, have sun most of the day, keep my battery topped off, and then I don't have any issues. So let me get to it. So this is how it comes packed. A couple pieces of cardboard, nice. It's almost like masonite. They're going to use that, so I'm going to tape that to the top of the solar panel so I don't draw power while I'm trying to assemble this thing. So here's the panel itself. Now it's roughly 1 foot by 36. It's like 12.5 inches by 36. Now there's a couple of bars that come with it for propping it up. They go into the little brackets on the side and make it sit like that. I'm not going to use them. I ordered since this stuff here is not waterproof and this is going to be sitting outside, I ordered a small, this is just the controller and the meter, just to let you know the charging and so on and so forth. These are going to go inside a box. Comes with some rubbing alcohol. They're already they've already got a Velcro attached to it. So let me set these aside. This is what I will attach to my battery. And then this, of course I haven't figured out exactly where, but this little device will be sitting inside near the battery for me to connect it up. All it is a positive and negative lead. It's fused, and then that's the connector that will plug into the connector here that's going to be next to my thing. Now, between the two of these, I guess they don't expect very much distance, so I may have to look into before I finish this whole project, looking for an extension, because this thing's only like 2, maybe 30 inches long. So I've got those. So I'm no artist, but I sketched out what I was going to do. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to lay out the pieces. So you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to do. Obviously I'm going to lay them out here and it's not going to be to scale, but I want you guys to get an understanding of what I'm doing here. 1 foot by 3 foot, and that's where the solar panel is going to get wire tied into here. The bottom frame is going to be an additional 3 feet here to here, same here, and what I'll essentially start with is a 4-foot by 3-foot frame with these T's in the center. Now, what these T's in the center are going to be is they're going to be set right close to there, and they're going to be just long enough to fit to the inside of this bar of the PVC that goes here, because that's going to be my leg, and this is actually going to be able to pivot. These will both be able to pivot, and this will pivot with them. This will be a leg that pivots up as it goes. So what I'm going to do is from here to here, I'm going to have this piece of dowel rod in here. So all inside of here is going to be PVC. Inside of here, all this is going to be the PVC pipe. This is, remember, not to scale. But inside of here, I'm going to have a screw here and a screw here with this dowel rod cut to the right length going into here. So this whole, all the PVC from here over to here will pivot. So I'll be able to turn this. This will be glued here. The pieces will be glued into here and into here. What's going to happen is this right here is going to be able to turn on the PVC. But it's going to be held together so it doesn't separate by the dowel rod. Plus the dowel rod will keep it so it can turn and not come apart. So anyway, let me go ahead and get my saw out, and I can go ahead. I'm gonna build one side first, because then I can slide the dowel in and get the other side all the right length. So I'm gonna cut the pieces for this one, and this little piece, and this little piece, and this piece. I'm gonna start cutting these pieces up. Okay, so I'm gonna set up, and I'll be right back. So as I said earlier, so here's the frame partially put together, and you can see it's not glued up here. It's just, I've just got it put together. It's not glued yet. So I've got this. I'll be putting a screw right here on either side, and I've got to measure and cut the PVC that goes in between here to glue it all together. And then the leg will come out here. Okay, so now that I've got everything built and everything wired, let me go over what I've done here. So I built the frame, and I had these handles. They're just like aluminum door handles from something. I don't remember what they came from. So what I did is I found screws that fit them. I took the brackets off the bottom and I moved them up to the top, and I slid them over in the right spot, and I attached these handles to them so I could use stainless steel wire ties, and that essentially hangs the panel onto the thing. Now the bottom of the panel is not attached, but again, that gravity thing, that fancy gravity thing that I wish I had invented, that's actually holding it onto the frame. Now, as you see, I've got the frame spread out, and in order to keep the frame from falling out like a newborn fawn, I've got a piece of nylon strap on here. I took some nylon strap, some stainless steel carabiners, some grommets, and it's just a strap that I had bought. I had bought a strap to put my kayaks up in the ceiling that worked, that was useless. I did not use it, but I kept the strap just cause, and turned out it's good. Works perfect for this. So this will keep my stand from opening up anymore. I had this box, this waterproof outdoor box from another project. Now I've got stainless steel screws bolted to the back here, as you can see. I've got it bolted to the back. And then I used the clips that came with the box. That essentially, you use these clips to attach it to the concrete. I flipped it around and I used it to tie the wire from the charge from the panel, just to keep it clean. I used some wire grommets to penetrate the box. I did use some rubber between the washer and the holes I drilled on both the back side of the panel in here, which I don't think you can see, but it's in between here and also behind the washer, just to keep water from getting inside of the final of the PVC. Now, I've got the controller connected to the truck. I just have the connector for the battery. I got a longer one, and it's tied to the tow hook down there. Makes it easier to connect and disconnect. As you can see, well, maybe you can't, but my solar power is going. Obviously the sun's hitting it. I've got a blinking light right here, which means the battery is charged and it's in maintenance charge mode. And then I have this little thing here that they show in the directions that you can actually put in your truck. Plug this into here. But this is a battery monitor, and I press this and it shows that my battery is good. Again, it's hard to see the lights. Yeah, I guess you can see them. It shows the battery is good and that everything's good to go right now. So what this is doing is just maintaining the charge of my battery, just like a trickle charge on anything else, like the solar power on my Airstream here. That's keeping the batteries topped off. Now I did keep extra wire. It comes in down here and it's wrapped around underneath of this tray that sits in here. Again, the box is probably oversized for what I'm using it for, but like I said, I had it left over from something I was working on previously, and figured I'd use it for this, so I kept it instead of returning it. Solar panel is, what is it, about 13 inches by 24 inches. I'll put all the links below. Seems like it's doing what it's supposed to. It is very easy to build and put together. Hopefully now, if my truck sits for several weeks, which I've had done in the past, I can actually start it without having to jump start it, and then resetting all my radio stations and all that fun stuff. Anyway, this is Jeff from Airstream Nerds. See you on the next trip.